I understand that Kun Gong was here in the nation building talking to a lot of people today.
Yes. He also gave an interview to ASEAN TV, but after that, we tried to get him to elaborate.
So what is he after?
He was talking about his petition to the Constitutional Court against the two emergency decrees. Basically, he said that he is more worried about the decree that's seeking to borrow 350 billion baht for flood rehabilitation. He was more worried about that decree than the other one, the FIDF one.
Why?
Well, he said that the FIDF issue, which seems to be a focus of public concern, actually it is every government effort to solve the problem. And if this government also want to do the same thing, it should be fine. But the government is using the wrong channel to do it. It should have been. He said that it should have been a normal parliamentary process to, if the government want to transfer the debt from the finance ministry to
the Bank of Thailand.
Yes. It can be done with some debate on some technical aspect, but it can be done. But it should not be considered an emergency issue.
But he said he's more worried about the emergency.
The other decree, yes, the one that the government planned to borrow 350 billion baht. He said he said that politics is about playing games, but this one, he said that the Democratic Party is not playing games on this. He said if this decree is approved and is given a go-ahead, it would destroy unrepairably the budget discipline of the country.
Why? Because he thought that the executive branch and the legislative branch must work together on budget.
Yes, he said that this is in the Constitution. The Constitution requires the legislative and executive
What
branches.
if the government can prove that it's an urgent matter?
That's the main thing. That he said that if the government can tell us when will be the first day that the government want to spend the first baht of this borrowing, he will be fine. He challenged the government to answer this very simple question. When do you expect to spend the first of the money, the first baht of the money? If the government cannot give the answer, is this no emergency? This is why the whole thing should be going through the normal parliamentary process.
What if the Constitutional Court say it's okay, the government has done the right thing and go ahead with it?
Right. He said that would he is worried about the future because every government will try to do the same thing, bypassing parliament.
You see executive power
Yes.
to issue emergency decree
to borrow the money.
Yeah, to borrow money.
Yes, to get a big budget, like
without a debate in the House, without a proper sort of scrutiny.
Exactly. Yes. This is if this decree get the Constitutional Court go ahead, he is afraid that is going.
What if the court says no?
Well,
that means the emergency decree will be null and void.
Right, and the government said yesterday, remember we talked about this, the government said that no problem, no big deal, because we will just issue some bills.
Back to square one.
And work through the parliamentary process.
No political consequences?
Kun Gong believed that there must be some political consequences. He said he would be very surprised if Kun Kitarat Naranong, the finance minister, can still keep his post if the Constitutional Court vetoed this decree. He would be very big surprised. He would be very surprised.
So Kun Gong, as opposition or shadow finance minister, is trying to push the government to either withdraw the emergency decrees, or the four, or just two.
Just two. We don't believe that the government is gone too far to turn back now. It will be a showdown next week in the Constitutional Court between Kun Gong. He doesn't believe that Kun Yingluck will be present at the court. He said that
Kun Kitirat maybe.
Kun Kitirat should be.
So it will be a big showdown, and the outcome will be quite crucial politically. Because if the opposition says that the government must take political responsibility and the government says no, we see no political consequences, and we will start back to square one and introduce this as normal bill in Parliament, then it would be a big political storm because the opposition will say no, this is not done. So
Right.
so it is going to be a big political story in the next few weeks.